Good morning student, how are you all? Today in this class we are going to listen a delightful story, George and Ranji by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond was born in Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh in 1934. He grew up in Jamnagar, Dehradun and Shimla. Now he lives in Mussoorie. He has written many short stories, essays, novels, and books for children. This unit is a delightful story about the writer's cousin, George, who is an inmate at mental asylum. George was an eccentric person. Eccentric means abnormal. Let's start the story. An eccentric person is someone whose behavior is considered by others to be strange or unusual, and who is sometimes hospitalized so that they can be given medical treatment. In this story, we will read about an eccentric person. Eccentric person means abnormal person whose behavior is not like a normal person, who can create problems for others. Sometimes they have to admit in the hospital for medical treatment. Now writer is asking here question, is it easy to deal with such a person? So the answer will be no, it is not easy to deal with such a person. Here is a story about a delightfully eccentric man. Let's read the story and understand what type of person was that. When I heard that my cousin George had again escaped from the mental hospital in a neighboring town, I knew it wouldn't be long before he turned up at my doorstep. Now here I means writer. Writer is saying about his cousin. His cousin was George. In this story, writer is talking about his cousin George, whose behavior was not like a normal person. That means he was an eccentric person. Escape means get away. Get away from a place where you do not want to stay. That means without asking anybody. So escaped from the mental hospital in a neighboring town. Neighboring town means nearby a town, nearby a city. I knew it wouldn't be long before he turned up at my doorstep. It usually happens at the approach of the cricket season. No problem, I thought. I will just bundle him. Bundle him means push or send a person somewhere quickly and not carefully. I'll just bundle him into a train and take him back to the hospital. It means the writer was not worried about George's actions because it had happened earlier and it wouldn't be long before he turned up his doorstep. He could then return George to the asylum. He thought he can return George to the asylum where he was an inmate at. Whenever cricket season comes, George always comes out from the mental hospital. It seems it was his habit to escape from mental hospital in the season of cricket. That means in the time of cricket season. Cousin George had been there off and on. Off and on means, that means from time to time. That means cousin George normally escaped from the mental asylum time to time and reaches to the writer's house. He wasn't the violent type
and was given a certain amount of freedom, with the result that he occasionally wandered off by himself, sometimes to try and take in a test match. It means Cousin George was given a certain amount of freedom at the hospital, as he wasn't a violent type of man. That means he did not hurt anybody. Generally, people don't get freedom in this type of place. This type of place means mental hospitals. As Cousin George was not a violent man, so he was given a certain amount of freedom. Violent means attacker. That means who attacks others. But Cousin George was not attacker. That means a violent type of man. With the result that he occasionally means time to time, wandered off by himself. Wandered off means go here and there. Sometimes to try and take in a test match. It means go to see a match, movie, etc. You see, George did not suffer from the delusion that he was Napoleon or Genghis Khan. He was convinced that he was the great Ranji, prince of cricketers, and that he had just been selected to captain India, quite forgetting that Ranji had actually played for England. George did not suffer from delusion. Delusion means a false belief about oneself. That means a person thinks that he is a film director, or you can say a person thinks that he is a Napoleon or Genghis Khan, like that of person. That means the particular person lives in dream. But George was not like that of person. He always thinks that he had only one delusion, that is, he is a great Ranji. This type of person always put himself in a character of any celebrity. Like that, George has also put himself that he is a great Ranji, prince of cricketer. But he forgot that Ranji did not play for India. He had played for England. In this paragraph, we can see George has in the character of Ranji. Ranji means the great Ranji. That means prince of cricketers. And he also thinks that he had been selected to captain India. That means in this time he plays role of great Ranji. But he forgot one thing, that Ranji was not a player of India. That means he did not play for India. He always played for England. So George turned up on my front step. I wasn't surprised to find him carrying a cricket bat in one hand and a protective box in the other. "Aren't you ready?" he asked. "The match starts at 11. So when George came, he had cricket bat in one hand and protective box in other hand. As the writer was not surprised to see him carrying a cricket bat in one hand and protective box in other, because he knew that George would reach at his home. He knew that now cricket season came, so definitely George will come. So there was no matter of surprise, isn't it? What is protective box? Protective box means safety box, which is carried by a player. It is a piece of specially designed plastic that a cricketer wears just below the front of his vest to protect himself while batting. Aren't you ready? He asked. He means George. When he enters, he asks directly from writer, why are you not ready? Because match will start at 11 and they have to go to see the match. There is a plenty of time. I said, I miss writer. Writer said, there is so much time. Because he was recalling that train left at 11:15. He again asked, why don't you come in and relax while I get ready? George sat down and asked for a glass of juice. I brought him one and he promptly emptied it over a pot of ferns. It means he finished all the juice on one breath. They looked thirsty. He said, I dressed hurriedly. I means writer. Anxious to get moving before he started practicing his latest cuts. Cuts means strokes. On my cut glass decanter. What is the meaning of cut glass decanter? It means an expensive decorated glass bottles used to store drink or water. Then arm in arm. What is the meaning of arm in arm? They hold each other's hand. We walked. We means writer and George walked to the gate and held an auto rickshaw. Held means called an auto rickshaw. Railway station. I whispered to the driver. Whispered means low voice. Firoz Shah Kotla, said George in rising tone. He was whispering, but George was saying in a loud voice. Naming Delhi's famous cricket ground. Firoz Shah Kotla is a Delhi's famous cricket ground. No matter, I thought, I will straighten out. Straighten out means that writer thought that he can easily make driver to understand the problem. The driver as we go along. I bundled George into the rickshaw and we were soon heading in the direction of the Kotla. Kotla means Firoz Shah Kotla, Delhi's famous cricket ground. Railway station, I said again, in tone that could not be denied. Kotla, said cousin George, just as firmly. The scooter driver kept right on course for the cricket ground. Apparently, George had made a better impression on him. Just see, student, here, driver was following George's instructions. He was not following writer's instructions because George had more impact on the driver, as he said Firoz Shah Kotla in a raised and commanding tone, but writer was saying in a low voice. Look, I said, tapping the driver on the shoulder. This is my cousin and he is not quite right in the head. Quite right in the head means he is an abnormal person. He doesn't do the normal behavior. He is just escaped from the mental asylum, and if I am to get him back there tonight, we must catch the 11:15 train. He tried to make understand driver that he is an abnormal person and they have to catch train at 11:15. The scooter driver slowed down and looked from cousin George to me and back again. George gave him a winning smile and looking in my direction, tapping his forehead significantly. Now here what George did? He convinced him, that way him means auto rickshaw driver, by looking in writer's direction and tapping his forehead significantly. The driver nodded in sympathy and kept straight on for the Kotla. Here George has proved that writer has an abnormal mind. That means he doesn't behave normally. Well, I means writer. I have always believed that the dividing line between sanity means having normal and healthy mind, and insanity means who doesn't have normal and healthy mind, is a very thin one. But I had never realized it was quite so thin, too thin for my own comfort. Who was crazy, George, me, or the driver? This question has been asked by writer, that who was crazy, George, me, or the driver. Can you say, student, why writer has asked this question? The writer asked this question because he was shocked. He was too much shocked to see the behavior of driver. Not only behavior, even actions of driver. We had almost reached the Kotla and I had no intention means plan, of watching over cousin George through a whole day's play. He gets excited at cricket matches, which is strange considering how dull they can be. On one occasion he broke through the barriers and walked up to the wicket with his bat, determined to bat at number 3, Ranji's favorite position, and assaulted means attacked, an umpire who tried to escort means lead him away from the ground. On another occasion he streaked across the ground, hearing nothing but his protective box. But it was I who confirmed the driver's worst fear by jumping off the rickshaw as it slowed down and making my getaway. Here, writer jumped off the auto rickshaw because he didn't want to go to see the match with George. You can see the picture how writer jumped off the auto rickshaw. That means jumped out of the auto rickshaw because he was afraid. As he experienced before, he didn't want to take again similar experience while seeing match with George. I have never been able to discover if cousin George had any money with him or if the rickshaw driver got paid. That means the writer didn't know whether cousin George had paid money to the rickshaw driver or not. Rickshaw drivers are inclined at times to be violent. Violent means attackers. That means sometimes rickshaw drivers are also attackers. That means they attack somebody if they don't get payment. But then so are inmates of mental hospitals. Anyway, George seems to have no memory of the incident. 3 days later, I received words from the hospital that he had returned of his own accord, boasting that he had hit a century. After 3 days, I received words. I means writer received words that he had returned without any force. and he was boasting. Boasting means bragging. That means to show off that he had hit a century. So presumably he had participated in the match in some form or another. That means he was boasting that he had participated in the match. That means he was telling all the false things about himself. All's well that ends well. And so I like to think Cousin George was not usually a violent man. That means he was not an attacker. But I have a funny feeling about the rickshaw driver. I never saw him again in Delhi. Afterward, writer did not see driver again in Delhi. And unless he had moved elsewhere. Might be he had moved elsewhere. That means he had moved in any other place. I am afraid his disappearance might well be connected with Cousin George's rickshaw ride. After all, the Jamuna is very near the Kotla. The Jamuna river is very near the Kotla. So we can understand the rickshaw driver jumped into the river or moved somewhere else through the Jamuna.
This is a very funny story. Students, you read this chapter twice and enjoy it.